All right, cool. First, I guess, welcome everybody. If we could all turn our cameras on, if we can, if your computers have, just that way we can see who we're talking to and stuff like that. And we'll see, a few more people might join. But kind of this is the main, and then from there, there's a couple others that were kind of on the fence. But yeah. All right. So, welcome everybody. As I said, so my name is Leon Shimizu, as kind of met with everybody here already. Thank you guys for joining up. Today's the start of pre-work. Super excited. We're gonna go through a few different things, and then we're actually gonna start working on setting up our computers and different things like that. And really, the main goal of this first couple weeks is just more or less to, for one, make sure our computers are set up so that way once we get to the, I guess, live class section, that we'll hit the ground running. We won't have to worry about installing anything, etc. And then for two, it's kind of like ease our way into it. We'll meet up twice a week for the next 2 weeks, and then starting on August 11th, that's really when we'll start meeting roughly 5 times a week or 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Um, yeah, so we'll just start with introductions. As I mentioned, my name is Leon Shimizu. I've been a software engineer for like 5 or 6 years now, something like that, roughly. And I've been teaching out of Chicago technically for most of the time, but then this past year I started the Code School of Guam, and so then I built some other stuff for some clients, and yeah, just kind of been enjoying the journey. Um, Also, I love to play basketball. You guys might see me playing basketball sometimes, and I have a daughter. She's 6 years old. She's actually with her mom right now, but you'll probably see her come in and out of class every now and then. Yeah, it's a little bit about me. So we're just gonna kind of usually the way class starts, a lot of times we'll do some sort of what I call like a question of the day or a icebreaker. And so we'll ask a question, I'll answer it, and then from there I'm gonna choose. Usually I choose like whoever's the first person on my screen, and then from there they choose the next person, and then from there they answer, choose the next person, etc. Until we get through everybody. And so that's usually how the class starts. So we'll continue that with these introductions. Adrian, you're the first one on my screen. If you don't mind, kind of giving a brief introduction of yourself, and then you can go ahead and call on whomever's next.
Hi, my name is Adrian Capardilla. Um, I actually work at IT&E as a IT, as well as I play I play Tekken as like a esports kind of thing. Um, yeah, I'm just here for this class to learn more about coding and make it as like a remote job potentially. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Ron is next.
Sorry, that was me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, hi guys. My name is Ronald, but you can just call me Ron. Um, yeah, this was something I've been interested in a while, so you know, added a new skill set. I also like to play basketball. It's been some years, so kind of rusty, but excited to learn through this journey with all of you guys. So best of luck to everybody. And then next on my screen is sorry, is that Ilogan?
Yes, it's all right. So my name is Matthew Logan. I work at like Foot Locker, and I also like to play basketball. And I joined because I want to learn how to like code and everything, and how to be like better at it. Yeah. Next is Francisco Santos.
What's up, guys? Not really a basketball player, but glad you guys all are. So I have a team to go play on. But uh, I'm a drone pilot. I like tech stuff, and coding would be the next step into building more programs for what I like to do instead of having to pay for the annual fees that we all do. We all know about that. If you're in any type of uh, programs that you use, like Adobe, you pay for it. The only thing we get free is social media, right? So learn how to do that too. A lot better with coding and programming. But it's what I want to get into, and that's why I'm here.
Got you.
Next would be who didn't go yet, actually.
I, I believe that's everybody.
Yeah, it is everyone.
Cool. Well, thank you all. We're all going to get to know each other a lot better throughout this class. Excited for that, but thank you all for that. So the next thing I wanted to go through a couple things that I think are important to me just with the class in general. I'd say to me the biggest thing, and you guys will hear me kind of reiterate this over and over. This isn't just for this class per se. This is I like to say in general, life, work, family, whatever, but it's communication. I think my biggest thing is communication. I really want to emphasize that. With this class, with regards to attendance, I guess to kind of segue into that, I'm doing my best to keep it to where I would like for everybody to be here. I want everybody to be here as much as they possibly can, if not every single day. Like that's the goal. I'll be here every day. I'm going to expect you guys to be here. Of course, I understand life happens. You know, life happens, things come up. I have a daughter. I know things are going to come up with that as well. And so that's where we'll just need to communicate. As long as we're communicating, I have no issues with anything. The technical rule that I set up with the policy is 3 days, and then from there we're gonna have a conversation. If you miss up to 3 days, that's what we'll have a conversation on maybe joining the next class or figuring out what is the best thing that we can do to put you up for success. But really, as long as you're communicating truthfully, I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you we'll have no issues at all. And so I really, really want to emphasize that. And just being kind of transparent. Like I know life happens. I just really, really want to emphasize that. Cool. So the other things I quickly wanted to touch on is, as I mentioned, this class. So this is going to be the first 2 weeks of class. We'll be meeting up Monday and Wednesday this week and next week. And so these classes, I have them scheduled for roughly 2 hours, but I think that a lot of them are probably going to take less. Maybe I think for the most part, they're probably going to take less, but feel free also to reach out. I'm happy to hop onto a call, meet up in person, and we can go through stuff, whatever it may be. But really, again, I just want these first 2 weeks to kind of be to ease our way into the class. I don't want anyone to just hit the ground and like, or I don't want us to start with like 5 days a week, for example, and it's like overwhelming. I want us to slowly ease our way into it so that way we can all have as much of a, I don't know, easy time as possible. Okay, cool. So there's actually a lot of different little things that I want to touch on, and I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go through a few different tools that we're gonna use before we start installing stuff. Okay, cool. So the first thing that I kind of want to touch on is Slack. Slack is going to be our main place for communication and for different resources. Um, you can you guys all should have whenever I email you guys, I do email you with my personal number as well, so you guys can feel free to message that if it's an emergency or anything like that, or email of course as well. But Slack would probably be the easiest way for us to kind of all communicate with each other. You guys can create group chats, whatever, etc. And for the most part, we're going to be using these three main channels. We'll be having the general channel for just general updates, whatever it may be. We'll have a resources channel where I'm going to slack out some resources throughout the class. And then we'll have an exercises channel, which this is where throughout the class, when we're working through examples and different things like that, that's where this stuff will be. The other thing I wanted to point out is here in the message, I did point out right here. So the Zoom link, I did share it here, but it will now from now on live in the bookmarks of the bookmarks of the general channel. And so if we click on this bookmarks, we can see there's pre-work, there's some resources, and then there's some like classwork that we're going to be working throughout this next 2 weeks. And so this is where this is going to be. I'll also have other resources that are going to be I'm going to be adding to it as the class goes on. But these are the ones that we kind of care about for right now. Cool. Any questions about Slack so far? All right, cool. Also, I guess the other quick thing is, I want you guys to, and you're gonna hear me reiterate this a lot. You guys will. I was watching through some of my other recordings from teaching, and I say this a lot, but like, do not hesitate to ask questions. Genuinely, there's no dumb question. I would rather you ask it, and maybe it's something relatively simple, and we solve it right then and there, then you're not sure, and then you end up kind of falling behind or whatever it may be. So for real, just ask questions. If you don't want to ask it out loud, feel free to shoot me a message in Slack. Feel free to whatever it may be. Text me, whatever it is. So yeah, so do not be afraid to ask questions. Cool. So this is Slack. Once again, just wanted to go through that. The next few things that I wanted to touch on after Slack is we're going to be using Google Classroom for this. specifically for the first 2 weeks, we're more than likely not going to use this during the what's it called? During the actual live class section, because most of the work that we're going to be doing is in class. And so I just wanted to give you guys nothing in here is crazy, but I wanted to give you guys a relatively straightforward kind of intro to programming. It's nothing crazy. It's really actually pretty straightforward, and we can walk through this first part. So each day I get of the week, Monday through Friday, I kind of have a different kind of plan for you guys to look through and to walk through. There's some like super simple exercises, reflection, etc., and stuff like that. There's nothing to turn in. I did put a due date for next week, Friday, because that's when pre-work ends, but ultimately there's nothing to turn in. And so this, we can quickly, I guess to quickly go through it, some examples. I'll have you guys read through some stuff. How do we program? I'll give you guys an exercise for writing your first algorithm. And here you guys can write this in your computers, like text edit or whatever, or you guys can put it on a note on your phone. Really, where you guys put this stuff's completely up to you. You guys can put it in your notebook. You guys will see I always have a notebook where I'm writing stuff down. I'm not asking you guys to turn this in. This is more for you guys to just kind of ease your way into it once again. And so we kind of just do that reflection, giving you some explanation and some simple exercises throughout the week. You're actually not going to write any code until next week, Monday. This is when we're going to do like a simple intro to Ruby. But for the most part, yeah, you won't have to worry about that. We're going to come back. We'll come back to this in a second, but I did want to go through a few other things before we kind of walk through that in more depth. The next thing that I want to go through is something called GitHub. Does anybody here have a GitHub account already? Have you guys familiar? Adrian, I see. Got you. Let's just go. Cool. So you guys all have a GitHub account. Perfect. And so I'm going to ask that all of you guys just shoot me a message in Slack with your GitHub account, because I'm going to add you guys to the class GitHub, which is this right here. This is going to be our class GitHub, which is going to have all of all the code that I write in the class, all of our resources with regards to coding, etc., are all going to be within here. By the end of the class, it'll look roughly like, let's go to this one. It'll look roughly like this. This is the previous class that I taught. This is what it looked like. If you had like 29 repositories, all the different applications and different things that we built together with their resources are all within here. And so this is roughly what ours will look like at the end. But yeah, so as you guys have a chance, feel free to just Slack me over, and I'm gonna go ahead and add you guys to this organization. People, here we go. Invite. Cool. I'll just do it in order of whatever you guys send. The other thing, actually, no, I already have that. So yeah, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that still while I pull this up anyway. It's perfect. Or actually, in the Slack message that you guys send me, go ahead and send me you guys' username, your GitHub username, but then also send me what type of operating system you're on, Windows or Mac, basically, just so that way I'm aware. I think I have it, but it'd just be easier for that. And if you guys to find your username or whatever, if you guys go to if you guys click on your profile, your username is that top one right there. So for example, my username is Leon Shimizu, and I know that, and I can test it by going github.com/Leon Shimizu. And so then here's my actual profile. This is what it looks like. And so this, basically, I just want you guys' username. All right, cool. Thank you. I'm going to add you guys all. invite. Okay, and then once this sends, you guys should be getting an invitation in your email, whatever email it is that you're using for this GitHub. Cool. And then Ron, just you can send yours right when you're done. Gotcha. Perfect. Ron, is there no space in yours? Is it Ron Malu, no space? Okay. I just want to verify. Cool. So everybody should, nice. Looks like all you other guys, you guys all joined. Cool. So Ron, you can join it once you're done. The other quick thing while you guys are finished joining that, another thing that I want to recommend, this isn't mandatory by any means. Really, the only thing you need is a computer and a stable internet connection. But another thing that I would recommend because it does help is having another monitor. And it isn't mandatory, but I have found that after I've recommended it to people and they used it after not using it, they found it a lot easier. And so the reason why is so as you guys can see, I'm sharing my screen right now. But then as I'm sharing my screen, I think it's to me, I found it easiest when I'm learning that I have whomever's sharing their screen on one side, and then the other side is going to be what's it called? Like my own VS Code or my own whatever it is where I'm writing my code basically. So that way I don't have to be kind of flipping back and forth. And I found that the easiest. So I would recommend it doesn't need to be an expensive monitor, it could be a really small one. It's just kind of the idea that you can have two, you don't have to switch things around. So I found that very helpful. Cool. So let me refresh this. So for the people who are in it, Ron, once you accept it, you'll be able to see it as well. If you guys go to repositories, resources, and then you guys should see this resources area. And so this is going to be where a lot of the different stuff we're going to use to be setting up our computer, doing different things, testing, deploying stuff, etc. I created a bunch of different guides just so that way we can have as easy a time as possible. And you guys will have access to these resources indefinitely. I have no intention of deleting them or anything like that. My goal is for you guys to have it and be able to use it forever. So for example, before I started creating my own resources, just up until like the past maybe couple years, I was actually using the resources from the code school that I went to. And so years from now, if you guys would like to, you guys feel free to continue kind of using these, building upon them, etc. Yeah, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. And so if you guys go into general bookmarks, this link right here will take you directly to this resources. So that's the GitHub CSG-Live-July 2025 resources. Okay, cool. Let's see. So now that we all have our GitHub accounts and stuff like that, we already went through the policies of what the program is going to look like, the attendance, etc. Let's see. Yeah, we went through a lot of what I really wanted to go through for like the, I guess, admin stuff. Um, cool. So I guess we can now, the first thing I want us to do is we'll kind of walk through day one together. After we do that, we're going to come in here and we're going to start working on setting up our computers together. We're actually going to go in here into computer setup. So first, I guess let's just kind of quickly walk through this together. So what is programming? I guess in general, programming basically is us giving the computer instructions to tell it to do something. Really, we're just talking to a computer. That's really all programming is when it comes down to it. So it could be as simple as us telling the computer, hey, print something. Like for example, here I'll actually pull up my terminal. And I'm just going to create a file, and I'm going to open this up. And this is what we'll all get to in just a second. So programming is as simple as telling the computer, hey, say hello world. So there you go. It says hello world. Programming is basically, once again, it's just us. It's our way of telling the computer do this, ultimately. That's all programming is. And so, yeah, we don't need to overcomplicate that or anything like that. Programming is basically, again, writing a detailed recipe for a computer, for example. That's another way we can think of it. The computer does exactly what we instruct, no more, no less. The computer, it's a robot. It's not going to think and be like, hey, okay, maybe I should also do this or whatever it is. Why do we program? So we program for a few different reasons. There's many different reasons people do to whether it's automating repetitive tasks, solving complex problems, building software. So for example, one of the big software projects that I've had recently is building something for Hafaloa. Hafaloa used this at their most recent concert. They used it as an online ordering system. And they also use it as their POS system. So for example, if I go ahead and sign in, I'm going to go here to the dashboard. And so now this is where they open this up on their iPad and they use it as their POS system for taking in orders and stuff like that. And so at their most recent concert, this is what they use. And so there's many different reasons. For me, I was building this so that way, the idea of this software that I built for them is that they wanted a way so that way their customers didn't have to wait in line. At concerts, a lot of times it's like you're waiting 30 minutes, an hour to order your food or get a drink or whatever it may be. Instead of waiting in line, people would open this up on their phone. What's it called? Create their order, pay, so that way they don't have to wait in line. They'll just get an email and text message once it's ready to go. So that's another reason why you might build software. There's a bunch of different reasons. Cool. So how do we program? So we program using programming languages with specific rules called syntax. So for example, in Ruby, some Ruby code, if I go back to VS Code, this is an example of of writing some really simple Ruby. Puts stands for put string. It's Ruby's way of saying print this out. And then from there, we have a little string right here that just says hello world. So that's why when I run the file, by running the file, I'm telling the computer, hey, do whatever the computer says. I'm going to type in the name of the coding language that we're using or the programming language we're using, and then the name of the file. And then from there, that's why it says hello world. So that's the way that we program, is that we're giving it a set of instructions with specific syntax, for example, using Ruby or Python or whatever it may be. And then we tell the computer, hey, run that specific file. That's one way that we can program. Yeah, so all languages share some core concepts, conditionals, loops, variables. And so really, this is one thing that I really like to emphasize is because sometimes people ask, hey, why are you learning this versus that or whatever it may be? And ultimately, the reason why I liked and I chose Ruby, for one, I feel like it's the language that I'm most comfortable with, but I've used a bunch of different languages and different frameworks, but I've found that Ruby is the most beginner friendly and it's the nicest to work with to me. If I even using all the different using Python, using C sharp, using Angular, using JavaScript, whatever it may be. Out of all of the languages that I've used, I found that Ruby is probably my favorite one to use just because of how readable it is and how user friendly and beginner friendly it is. And so that's why I really enjoy using Ruby. And actually, towards the middle and ending of the class, when we kind of go through some other languages, I'll ask you what your thoughts are on Ruby. And I can almost guarantee that most people will probably really enjoy how easygoing Ruby is and how forgiving it is. Cool. And so the next, we have some exercises here. We won't do this right now. I'll give you guys some time to do this later. But yeah, so this is kind of, I just quickly want to touch on what is programming, why we would program, and how we program. Does anybody have any questions on this so far? Cool. Does anyone have experience programming? I know some people said they might have a little bit. And so I wanted to hear, what is the experience? What have you built or what have you done? Have you done some simple tutorials? What have you guys done so far? Anyone?
For me, I mostly just did tutorials on Python. Very basic stuff that kind of just does basic concepts, but I honestly forgot what most of them were. So
I got you. Well, that's really cool. I think simple Python throws are really good to do, and I think it's you can learn a lot from it. Ron, I know you mentioned you said you did it a little bit ago, a few years ago. Is that right?
I took like the beginner class at UOG, but I don't remember. That was like 9 years ago.
I got you.
So
I got you. Well, thank you guys. Cool. So we're gonna take a kind of a segment. Actually, real quick, the one more thing I quickly wanted to touch on is for most classes, especially during the live class, the way that they're going to be structured is they're roughly 3 hours, 3.5 potentially, just depending, probably short, more or less. It could be 2.5 hours, it could be three, 3.5, just depends on how fast or slow we get through the material. And so that's kind of 3 hours is a long time. And so one thing that I would recommend, even outside of this, and what we will do is something, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Pomodoro technique. Yeah, technique right here. So the idea with this is we're going to have scheduled breaks every so often within somewhere of a 25 to 5 ratio. So really what we're going to do is every 50 minutes, we're going to get a 10-minute break. So every hour we'll work for 50 minutes and then we'll get a 10-minute break, start the class again, 50 minutes, 10-minute break, etc. And so for example, today we started class at 6, we'll have a break at 6:50, a 10-minute break, and we'll come back. And I don't think we'll take too much long after that, but just to kind of get into the rhythm of that, that's what we'll be doing. Cool. So, anyway, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start setting up our computers. For the first 5 days of class, you're actually not writing any code at all. It's all stuff that you can do in Google Docs if you wanted, or your phone, or on a notebook. But starting with day 6, this is when we will be starting to write some Ruby code. And so I do want to make sure, I do want us to start installing the different software that we might need for days 5 through 10 and also or 6 through 10 and also for week 1 of the live class. So with that being said, I believe everyone here is on Windows, which is perfect. So then I'm going to share some stuff and we're going to work through this together. So for Windows, we're going to use something I've found that so I guess transparency first. I'm not a Windows developer. I'm not someone who's super. I have a Windows computer and I have used it to code, but my preference is to use Mac. I've found that I feel like using a Mac to me is a lot more. I don't know. I like it better. I like the Mac ecosystem. I feel like it's just smoother and more intuitive with Windows. I think it's great, but I'll only use it if I'm like gaming or something like that. So yeah, I want to give you guys reference on that. But so with that being said, for Windows, what we're going to use is we're going to use something called WSL, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux. Some of you guys might be familiar with it. Some of you guys aren't. It's completely fine. And so let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to follow a few guides. We're going to go here, and I'm going to share these out in just a second, and we will walk through it together. So that one, we're going to go in Windows, do the terminal, and we'll do Ruby. Cool. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to set up VS Code. Or actually, no, the first one we're going to do is we're going to set up the terminal, and then we'll do VS Code, and then we'll do Ruby. So I'm going to select these out. This one's terminal setup, VS Code setup. And Ruby setup. Okay, cool. So we are going to start with, and let me just close these previews. As I mentioned, we're gonna start with the terminal setup. So the terminal we can think of as kind of like Finder or the Explorer for our computer. And if I pull up Finder, it's gonna be Finder for me. And so for example, here's Finder. I can go through and I can look at files. I can do different things. I can open a file. I can create a folder. I can do all that stuff. And so this is what everyone's kind of familiar with. Obviously, you guys are using Windows. It looks a little different, but ultimately it's kind of the same idea. For for coding and for, I guess, maybe some people call power users, they use a terminal. And the terminal is where I can do all of that same stuff. I can look at my different files, I can go back a folder, I can go into a specific folder, I can open it up, I can do whatever. I can do a bunch of different things. I can create folders, I can delete stuff, etc. And so this terminal is just a way for us to run different commands on our computer. And for you guys, it's the same thing, but it's going to be with PowerShell or um, forget all the different, there's like two or three different ones, but basically it's pretty much the exact same thing. So with that being said, we are going to start with the Windows terminal setup guide. We're specifically going to install WSL, as I mentioned, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux. And I kind of give an explanation to what it is and why I recommend that we use it. And also there's going to be so WSL uses kind of a virtual environment. And so technically the files are going to be in a different place than your regular Windows file system. And so that's one thing to note. And so we are going to go ahead and follow this guide together. And so let's see. I guess before we start doing it, is everyone able to open this up? No issues? Yep, got you. Okay, cool. So I kind of want us to just go ahead and start with the guide. You're going to open up PowerShell as an administrator. From there, you can run this command, etc. And if you are able to, I'd ask that you share your screen so that way I can see what's going on and I can help you out through any steps. But really, we're just going to be following this guide kind of step by step. There aren't too many steps to it. But yeah, so we're just going to follow this step by step. And maybe actually, yeah, if you guys can share your screen, feel free. And then from there, I can help you guys out with that. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Adrian, I see you're installing WSL already. Perfect.
Hey, Leon, I'm not connected on my computer on the call,
Yeah.
so I'm just using it from my phone. But I'm
No
I'm
worries.
I'm right with along with you guys.
I got you. Just let me know if you have any questions or run into any issues, and we could hop into a breakout room or whatever.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, for you, I want you to go into the Windows thing on the bottom, or actually go into the search. Go into the search, maybe, and then type in PowerShell. Type in PowerShell in the search area. Perfect. And so now you can click Run as Administrator. Wait, so go ahead and close down. There's a little bit of a difference between the regular one and that one. Yeah, so go ahead and go back there, type in PowerShell. Yeah, perfect. Run as
We
administrator.
can still do. Sorry, Leon. We can still do stuff under user, right?
Yes,
Okay.
cool. And so here, Matt, is where you'll run the WSL dash dash install. So lowercase w. Yep, perfect. Space, and just put a space right in between there. Perfect. Go ahead and run that. Yeah, click enter, and we'll let this load. And so this will load for a second, and then from there you can kind of just follow the guide and continue going from there. And I'll be watching to make sure everything's going good. Hey Ron, is everything going good for you? You just give me a thumbs up. All right, cool.
I'm actually just following along Mike's zone. So
Perfect, perfect.
Are we letting it download? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just let it download.
Okay.
It'll, I don't know, take whatever, 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. Maybe
Oh
longer.
shoot.
Nice.
Hey Leon, I'll be back. It's asking me to reboot.
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, so for
I'll
everyone
proof.
doing the, right after you do the WSL install, it's going to ask you to reboot your computer. So you can just reboot, rejoin the call, and then just continue from there. That should be the only time you have to reboot during this install process.
Yeah, okay, I'll be back.
Cool. Thank you, Adrian. While it's loading for everybody, what are you guys interested in building, maybe? Or what, because like some people, for example, in my last class, they were interested in game development. I want to build a game. Some people are interested in like app development. They want to build an app on the App Store, a website, or like what interests you? What for me right now, my thing that I'm interested in to give you guys some I don't know, whatever. Is I'm interested in building an app, in apps. Like I wasn't big into app development. I was more into like web applications, like websites and different service software online on the web, I guess. And so now I'm digging more into building stuff for like the app store. And so there's a couple of things I'm working on with that. And so it's actually pretty cool. It's been pretty exciting. What about you guys?
I have a question.
Yeah,
My thing says it was corrupted and there
I
was an
got you. I
error.
got you. No worries. Let's see. Let me look something up for you, and I'm going to just go ahead and let that. I mean, I guess for the time being, just try running it again. It doesn't hurt to run it
Okay.
again, and while I'm looking this up, and we'll see if there's something else.
I just put the same code again.
Yep.
Okay.
I see the same thing now. No worries. Give me 1 second. I'm looking this up. Okay. Matt, I'm gonna slack you some commands that you can run to fix this. Okay, let's see. Okay, here you go. Go ahead and run that. You can just copy all three of those. Those are technically three different ones, but they're you can just do all of them at one time. If okay, perfect. There you go. Yeah. Let's see. If this fails, I'm going to give you another command. If not, then we might be good to go. All right, cool. Just give us a sec. Anyway, while this is loading, what are you guys interested in building? Games, apps, websites? drone applications,
Websites.
website?
Yeah.
What kind of website? Or like what for? Like what would be the use case for them?
Um, I from the top of my head, probably like a portfolio or just like if someone is asking me to make a website, I'll make one for them for
I
say.
got you.
Yeah.
Have you guys messed with AI recently? Anyone here mess with AI, ChatGPT, Gemini?
Uh, a lot with ChatGPT just to make
Yeah,
things easy for like some of the mundane stuff.
I got you. So while this is loading for everyone, because it looks like for me on my screen, I just see that looks like everything's loading, which is perfectly fine. So one thing I actually that kind of it's a good I wanted to quickly touch on AI. I have no issues with you guys using AI to learn. And so I guess because I want to say like for example, let's just use ChatGPT, but I'm just talking about AI in general. But I'm just going to say ChatGPT. I think it's a very, very powerful tool that can help you a lot. And it can write very simple code pretty easily and stuff like that. But my recommendation is to use it to help you to learn, to help you to break stuff down. And throughout the class, I'll actually show you, I'm going to use it myself to help me figure out maybe sometimes we might run into an issue I'm not familiar with, etc. And so, but really, I just want to emphasize, I want to emphasize it, like you guys using it to learn rather than you guys using it to try to solve your problem. And the reason why I'm saying that is because like when you are applying for a job, or let's say you even land a job, they're expecting you to be able to do this. For example, a lot of times with coding interview or with like software engineering interviews, you're going to do something called whiteboarding. The idea with whiteboarding is you're going to use, like, for example, a lot of times before it was an actual whiteboard, but maybe it's like Google Docs or some like or Microsoft Word or something like that, something that isn't going to help you to write code basically. And so they're going to ask you a question, some sort of to solve this thing. You're not going to have the help of ChatGPT or whatever. And so if you're not familiar with how to use it or how to do this different things because you've just been trying to use this thing to solve your problems, then it's only going to hurt. And so that's where my recommendation really is yes, you can use it, but use it to learn and to help you to learn and figure out different things. You're not going to use it to actually solve your problems. Yeah, just want to do a quick segment on that, or a quick note on that.
Hey, Leon,
Yeah.
my operations all are 100%, but it says cannot be started because of required features not installed.
Could you
Service
send
not
me a
available.
screenshot of that? I want to take a look.
Uh, Give me a second.
Let me take a look. Nice, Adrian. Okay, so you're in WSL now. Okay. You can just close. I mean, you can go through that, I guess. You just close it or whatever. You can close out the admin one as well, or close out the PowerShell. Adrian, you can close this thing out, close this thing out. Cool. So now you can go ahead and scroll down in here and just continue with the process. So you did that already. Yeah, go ahead and scroll down. You set up Ubuntu, you're doing that. You already did that. You created your user already. Cool. So now you can install
Sorry, mine's
Z.
just taking forever to download.
Oh yeah, no worries, Ron. I expected this process to take a while. Um, so I'm not even worried about it. I see Matt's is still loading, um, as well. So both of you guys are still loading, it's fine. And then Kiko Kiko's having some issues right now with his, so no worries. Today, again, like this whole first 2 weeks, I want us to set up our computers and kind of ease our way into it. So if it takes a couple of days for us to set up our computers, that's fine. But we'll give ourselves like 2 hours or so. Nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, Ron, so if you run into any errors though, just let me know and we can kind of debug those together.
Okay.
Leon, I sent it in this chat group.
Gotcha, gotcha. Let me take a look.
Sorry, I guess to circle back to your question earlier, yeah, me, I would think apps, to make every day whatever you do every day less easier, right? And more
Hmm.
accessible to, save us time.
I got you. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think there's so many different use cases for like I guess what we're learning in a sense. One thing, so in the beginning of this year, my girlfriend and I had our anniversary, and so I ended up just building her kind of a website for it to like it was like a timeline of like and had images and stuff like that of our different throughout our whatever our time together and stuff like that. And another thing that I want to do is like so I found that like a lot of the apps on the app stores nowadays, like the games, they all have ads and they require internet, and I think it's kind of annoying. It's like you have to have internet. You cannot like play it on the plane, for example. You can't really play games because like they all almost all of them require internet, and like there's an ad after everything. And so I was like, okay, why don't I just build a simple app for it? And so that's what I'm another thing I'm starting to doing is like I'm gonna build a simple like offline games that I could just play on the airplane. And obviously there's the stuff that I'm building for clients and stuff like that too. But there's so many different use cases for it, and I think it's super cool. And so that's super cool, Ron. I couldn't agree more. I'm do stuff all the time to try to make my life easier. Cool. And then Kiko, I'm looking at that error right now. Sorry about that. Hey, Adrian, I'd recommend maybe for these ones, just to make sure, I'd recommend just clicking this thing right here to copy the whole command, and then you can just paste it in. And then I think if you double click, like two finger click or something, I don't know, because like Command V doesn't, or if, I don't know if you do Control V if it'll work.
Yeah, I try Control V, it doesn't work. Let me try double clicking with left click, doesn't work. Right click doesn't work.
So when I was on my Windows laptop, when I did like on the trackpad, if I click like with my two fingers, that's when it works. I don't know what the mouse equivalent uh, would
Yeah,
that be.
I'm having trouble with that.
Uh, if you right click, does it pull up a thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to right click right now. Yeah,
Got
it
you.
doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. As soon as I look up this thing for Kiko, I'm gonna look that up too. Okay. Hey Kiko, for what I'm looking up online, it says to reboot your computer and then we're gonna update WSL.
Okay. So it
Gotcha.
didn't prompt the command to reboot, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is a different one. It's saying to reboot first, and then we're going to open up PowerShell again as administrator, and we're going to run WSL update.
Okay. Let me power down
Yeah,
real quick.
I got you. Hey, Adrian, can you try Shift Control V?
Yeah, let me try. Nice. Okay, hold on.
Dang. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see.
Why? Yeah, I don't know why.
I got you. No worries.
It says there's no component store corrupted detected. Do I just keep letting it load or?
Wait, what does it say? No components are. Okay, that's perfect. That's what we want. Yeah. So we'll just continue
Okay.
letting it load. After it's
Okay.
done doing this, you can reboot your computer and then you can run the WSL space dash dash install.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Leon, I'm back up. Am I reinstalling it?
So you're gonna run WSL space dash dash update.
WSL space dash dash update.
Correct. And we'll let that run. That might take whatever, a few minutes again.
Leon, I'll be back. I'm just gonna get another keyboard and see if it works.
I got you. I also did, Adrian, I found online it says that you can um click on the Windows title bar, go to properties, options, and you can check to use Shift Control V or something like that. So it says properties. There are properties.
Hey,
Uh,
Leon, I did the update and it says it's installed already.
Perfect. Okay. So then you should be able to follow just continue with the guide then. Just basically go after the WSL install command and just continue after that.
Sorry, Leon, say that one more time. So settings or properties?
So online it says click the Windows title bar, go to properties. Is there a properties
Windows
in
title.
there? Taskbar settings, no.
Uh,
Maybe go settings.
System properties.
And maybe try that. I don't know. Let me look some more stuff up because let me see. Sorry, I'm gonna turn on the light real quick. 1 second, guys.
Yep. Yep.
Also, I noticed it's 6:53. We can go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We'll come back to doing this, and hopefully for most of you guys, it's just loading in the background anyway. I'm gonna be on looking for some stuff, so if you guys feel free to hang out or take a break, up to you.
I'm gonna get a keyboard. Hold up.
I got you. Let's see.
Okay, mine is stuck on the installing Ubuntu. It's like at 0%.
Got you. Hmm. It's been like that for the whole time, Ron.
Yeah, maybe a good 5 minutes now.
Okay. Maybe do a Control C to stop it, and then Control C should stop it, and then you can rerun the command basically.
I think my thing is done.
Cool. I see yours, Matt. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and do a WSL space dash dash update.
Hey,
Let
Leon,
that
you
run
said
for a
to
second.
to You said
Yes,
follow the process for me too, right? Sorry.
correct. Yep, exactly. So after you do the install, you can make sure you're using Ubuntu 2, and then from there you can go to the launch the Ubuntu app, create your Linux user, update, etc.
Let me figure this out. Shoot.
All right, cool. And then Matt, I see yours went through. Go ahead and restart your computer now
Okay.
to make sure everything is good to go. And then from there, you can join back up and continue with the rest of the commands.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And then Ron did Control C. Did that stop the thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And
For
so
this
then,
portion, it says,
yeah,
sorry, if Ubuntu is already installed, the command skips reinstallation.
repeat it. I'm so sorry. It cut out.
Sorry, the second portion of number 2, installing the WSL.
Uh, oh, if Ubuntu is installed, this command skip. To yeah. So if it's already installed, then it's gonna skip. It won't attempt to reinstall it. Basically, did your WSL install
So that might
finish
be why
already?
it's not. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So go ahead and I'd say let's go ahead and restart your computer, and then you can join back up, and we can continue with the verify installation, etc.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Oh, actually, it's downloading now. It's at 2%. Jeez.
All right, cool. We'll just let that run then. It might take some time. That's fine.
Okay. Just gonna get some water real quick.
Yeah, no rush. Adrian, so it says settings, and then there's like an action slash inner. Is there an actions and interactions thing?
Uh,
Is there
Sorry, am I
actions?
still sharing my screen?
Yes, I do see your screen. Try typing in actions in there or interactions, one or the other. Let's do either or.
Actions. Can't spell. Hold up.
And
Notifications and action settings.
maybe try that. I
Uh,
don't know. Actually, no. Let's go to interactions.
Interactions. Okay.
Interactions. Let's see if there's an interaction.
No results for that.
Okay, let me look something else up. What is that keyboard settings? Can we go to the keyboard setting? Maybe there's a control. Toggle keys, filter. Let me scroll up. Scroll
Yeah.
up. Language and keyboard settings, maybe typing settings on the right. Try going to one of those. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know why I was able to copy paste earlier. I'll just press and stuff.
Do Control C
Uh,
in the
okay.
terminal because it looks like you're in like a command basically. What is that? Do type in ls if we're where I think we are, that'll work. Okay, cool. So it's fine. And go ahead and paste those commands in basically.
Control.
I don't know why this isn't giving me such a hard time.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Either. Let me see. Why is this? Giving such a hard time. I think you might just be in the root directory of the thing, which is fine. But let me see. Easiest use Windows from open Windows from elsewhere. Type Windows. Okay, okay. If you do control period in there, well, what does it do?
Control
Try this.
period.
Yeah, try doing control period or control comma.
Oh, comma.
Nothing. Okay. Let's go into the search and let's open up Windows Terminal. Go into the bottom. Sorry, go to the bottom down here in the Windows search area. Yeah. Windows Terminal. Is there a terminal? Okay, just go into PowerShell, I guess. Go into PowerShell or command prompt. Command prompt's fine too. Okay, cool, that's fine. If you do command question mark, it should open up Windows settings. It should open up the settings for this. Is it not? Okay. Okay, so
Do I run it? Do I still run it as administrator or
for you, yes, for now, yeah.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Are we downloading Ubuntu?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what we'll be using.
Okay, shoot.
Oh, what the heck?
Is it working now?
It's middle button in the middle of the mouse and then the right click for me.
Yeah, there you go. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Don't forget. I was looking at more stuff for it. Okay, let's see. Matt, I see your stuff. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay, Matt, for you, so it looks like WSL didn't install, which is fine. So basically, we're gonna do the WSL install command again. So you're gonna do WSL space dash dash install. And the reason I guess what I'm going off of is it says Windows subsystem of Linux has no installed distributions, whatever, whatever. Yeah. So I think that when we did this last time, we thought it went through, but then I guess it stopped because of that error. And so we needed to redo it again, which is fine. Cool. It's already at 71%. Ron, is yours making progress?
Yeah, at 82%.
There we go. Okay. Adrian, so you're not going to have that exact same thing. So that's where actually, if you look at the guide, if you scroll up to the top of the guide, actually, here, and I will show you exactly. Go and scroll up to the top more. Right. Okay. Yeah. So right there. So your WSL files are going to be in a different place. So they're not going to be in the regular, that basically. So actually, if you go into your Explorer, there should be a little Ubuntu. Yeah, right there, that Linux. So that's where your stuff is going to be. So there's nothing, there shouldn't be. So yeah, so then you're going to go into home, go into
Okay.
home.
And then this one.
Yeah. Yep. So there it is. Yeah, exactly. So Ubuntu, home, and then Adrian. So like, that's where you're at in here, technically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. So you can continue with the guide. So where are you at? Actually, you did that. Yeah. So it's just accessing so you can see all that stuff. Okay, cool. So for you, the next thing you can work on, Adrian, is you can start doing the VS Code installation, which is the next thing in the Slack. I is the VS Code guide, which this one's going to be a lot simpler. You're literally just going to download something from a website, which is VS Code.
Okay.
So yeah, so while everyone's loading, VS Code is the Visual Studio Code. It's where it's like Google Docs but for code. Like that's the way I explain it. It's where we're gonna write our code. Matt, I see. Let's see.
Yeah, it says it's corrupted again.
No worries, no worries, no worries. Let's fix this. Let's see. Hey, Kiko, is everything going good for you?
Okay, I'm just gonna try reboot real quick.
Okay. Then Matt, I'm gonna send you some commands to run again.
Just installing it on desktop, right?
Yes.
You know, like I'm just getting the apps anyways because if we're gonna use it, we're gonna use it.
It's kind of hard to hear, Kiko. Sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Let me switch my mic. Sorry.
Are you good? Matt, give me one sec. Let me look at that. What does that say?
Hey, Leon, sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
For the accessing Windows file step, what would my directory command look like in this case?
Windows. You look at your thing. So do delete this slash mnt. Sorry, Matt, give me one sec. And then do
Okay.
cd period space period. So you already have the space, so just to go and do space period. Delete one of the spaces before the period. Yeah, just one space. Okay, click enter. So do that one more time. So do a cd space period. So CD stands for change directory. When you do CD dot dot, you're going back a folder. When you do when you change directory into a folder, you do CD and then whatever the folder's name. And so go ahead and do CD dot dot again. Okay, actually do ls now. So ls stands for list. And so now, let's see. Do CD space and then tilde, which is right above tab. So you do shift and then that. So delete that. Okay, and then so do shift, and then right above tab, there's like a backtick and a tilde. So you're gonna do CD
Yeah.
tilde. Delete that. Delete the var slash, and then do shift, and then right above the tab, don't click the tab. There you go. Nope. So you had it.
Click tab.
Oh, here. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Take a look at mine. I'm gonna
Yeah,
share
yeah.
mine. Sure. Okay. So if you look at my screen, I'm gonna do CD, and then I'm doing tilde, which is you do shift and then right above the tab. Right above the tab button, there's that like right in and then right before one.
Oh, okay. One sec, one sec.
Yeah, so go ahead and just delete that. Yep. Okay, cool. Click enter. Okay, cool. So just do ls real quick. No, no cat. Yeah. Okay, so that brought you back. So in order to get to your what's it called? Well, for one, we're everything that we're gonna want to do is gonna be on the Ubuntu side, the WSL side. We're not gonna want to do anything within the Windows side because all of our code we're gonna do it where WSL and Ubuntu is installed. So that's the first thing. So everything we're going to do is going to be here just with this percent. So for example, to create a folder, you can do mkdir, which is make directory, and then whatever the folder is that you want to name. So for example, you can call it whatever, I don't know, whatever you want, whatever you might call it. Test. mkdir space test. Okay. Now if you do ls for list, so now you have that test folder. So now you can change directory into that test folder by doing cd and then test space test. So now you're in the test folder. So basically what I'm trying to show you here is that in when you're in that just the percent area, so this is the root directory of your Windows side when you were here, when you're in this kind of like just where it says percent. Then you created that folder test and now you cd'd into it. So now you're no longer in the root directory. And so this is where we're going to do all of our stuff basically. And not necessarily in the test folder, but it's going to be on this percent where it says the percent basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, Matt, to get back to you. Let's see. Let me see. What was I doing? Okay.
Sorry, Leon, dude. I had my whole internet go out real quick, dude.
You're good. You're good. What's your provider? Who's your provider?
It's GTA, but it just fell out and it's rebooting, so I just called on the phone.
I got you. No worries. Cool. My bad, Matt. I'm still looking this specific one up. Okay. Here, Matt. Do this. To do that first, Matt. Okay, let me see. Interesting. Let me look this up. Hey Ron, is it working out for you?
Yeah, so right when it came back on, it finished downloading Ubuntu and now it's installing. It's about 60% for the installation.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay, cool, Matt. I just sent you the next one. Try out. Okay, let's see. Fine. And that, Matt. We're gonna see if this thing's installed properly. I think I might have figured out. I think we might have got the issue. Matt, you ran it and nothing happened, right?
Nothing happened.
I got you. Perfect. Okay. Um, Matt, what I'm finding online is it's saying that we need to download Windows 11. Uh, Basically, we need to download like Windows 11, for example. Is that cool with you?
I think my computer is Windows 11 right now.
I got you. Well, okay. Because it's so tech. I believe you. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but technically, that command that we just ran is checking to see what is downloaded, and maybe there's an issue with the way it downloaded. I think it might be what it is. So I think we're gonna
Okay.
re-download it though. Okay, so go
Okay.
ahead and go
Okay.
to the Microsoft Windows 11 download page, just in the browser. Yeah, there you go. And we're gonna try it again.
I press download.
Yeah, just download it. Uh, Try this one right there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, cool. Go ahead and yeah, open up the installation assistant or whatever.
This one.
Okay, interesting. Okay, let me do this. What is going on? See. Okay, while this is running, while I'm trying to figure this out, go ahead and open up Slack again, and you can start following the other guide to install VS Code. I'm gonna look up
Okay.
some stuff for you. Yeah, because the VS Code one is gonna be a lot more straightforward. It's
Okay.
literally just this thing you install. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, Matt. I think I figured it out. Oops, sorry. So go ahead and go back to the download Windows 11 page. Yeah, go ahead and go back there, Matt, and then scroll down. Go ahead and scroll down. Why is my thing doing that? Yeah, okay, right here. So this is what we want. We want this scroll up a little bit. We want, I think my computer is lagging or something. We want this Windows 11 disk image ISO. So we're going to click select download. Yep, Windows 11 multi-edition ISO, and then click confirm. Okay, let's see what happens here. Is it doing anything? Did that download anything, Matt?
I don't think it did.
Okay. Try clicking. Okay, click on this. Click on that arrow before you begin downloading an ISO. What is that? What is that drop down? Is there anything there? Make sure you have internet connection. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay. Scroll down. Yeah, we're not going to use a DVD. Not using a DVD. You can do about that. Your current operating system. Smell the outside. What is the location where you download this file? Click guys. Okay, what happens if we click confirm? Again, do not refresh the page. Cancel your request. Okay. All right, scroll up a little bit to where it is. I want to read it again. That's fine right there. Okay, Matt. So it seems like it isn't working through here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up an incognito tab. So go ahead and right click on Windows or whatever, on the Windows thing on the bottom, or double click, whatever. Yeah, click new incognito tab. And we're gonna open up that exact same page, basically. Windows 11 install, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and go back there. Scroll down all the way. Uh, One click select download. Yep. Okay. Click confirm. Okay, that is not doing anything. Okay, so it says if that doesn't start a download, use the media creation tool. It produces the same ISO. Create the ISO with the media creation. On the same Microsoft page under create 11, create Windows 11 installation media, click download now. Okay, scroll. Uh, oh, wait, what?
I think we didn't pick a language to put for the Windows
Really?
11.
Is that what it
I
was?
th I think
Oh my
so.
gosh. Okay. Well, good to know. Go ahead and click that download. Shucks. Okay. Well, good to know. Yeah. Save. Whatever. Okay, we'll let this load. Once that loads, then you're gonna open it up and start the installation process. What in the world? I didn't think
Okay.
it was gonna be that simple. Oh well. Now we know. Learning something new. For everyone else, how's you guys going? Adrian, I see. Nice. I see you're already installed VS Code.
Yeah. I'm just trying to follow the instructions here. Open
Perfect.
WSL and VS.
So for that, you should be able to just click on that three dots right there on the top left, right up here, and then click terminal, new
And you
terminal.
try.
Yep. And so now you're already in WSL. And if you do LS, perfect. So there's test and I guess desktop. That test folder is the one that we created when I told you to do mkdir, make directory. But perfect. So if this wasn't in WSL, if you did LS, it would have errored out because in the default Windows terminal, you can't, like LS isn't a valid command. And so that's how I knew you were in WSL together. We can see it's in that tilde %. So this means we're in the root directory of the WSL side, which is perfect. There you go. You're in it.
So we're good on this one, the step 5. Okay.
Yep, you're good on that step.
Okay.
Um, Hey Ron, how's yours going? Hey Ron, how's yours going? He's having issues. Kiko, how's yours going? If you have any internet. Oh, there. I see Kiko's screen. Nice. Okay, Kiko, I see your stuff. It's loading. Nice. Okay, just keep letting that go. So another thing I want to mention about, I guess, kind of everything we're doing here is we're trying to make everyone's computer and their stuff set up all the same. So that way, once we get into, I guess, like the process we're actually going to be coding, there isn't going to be any setup. There isn't, everyone's stuff's going to all be the same. All the commands are going to be the same that we all run, etc. So like, for example, even with me on Mac, I'm going to be running the exact same commands that I run here for you guys, which is perfect. Um, Adrian, I see. Let's see, what is that? Cannot access setup terminal.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's in this.
Oh, no worries. So you don't, I don't think you have to worry about, let's use a setup script. So you already did this. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if
Oh,
you
right,
look,
right.
those,
You're right.
so that's just so that setup command just does everything that you did above, which you
Okay.
already did it. So that, yeah, that's perfect. Um, yeah.
Go setup tests.
So you could, I mean, you
Yes.
could test that. You can run that just to test to see if it's going to work. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
ZSH is your command, and then try that one. Perfect. Uh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, you're good with terminal setup, and it looks like you're pretty much good with the VS Code setup as well. So if you want, you can start with the Ruby setup, which actually I want you guys to follow the Mac Ruby setup. It might be more straightforward. Yeah, edit. Okay. Yeah. So you can go to exercises and then you can go to the Ruby setup, which go to the top. Oh yeah, right there. That's perfect. Same thing. Yeah. So you can follow that guide now. So it says Mac, but it's the same thing. Don't worry about it. You're going to start with install Homebrew. So Homebrew is what we're going to be using to install everything. And so you're going to open up to type in WSL. So for pretty much everyone here, when you guys are working, um, yeah, so you'll do it in here, basically. Yeah, go ahead and run that. Perfect. And so yeah, go ahead and type your password. Cool. Yeah, so you're good to do that. So now you can pretty much just follow all of these commands. It's gonna say it says Mac, but this is for now that you guys are using WSL and Ubuntu, now the commands for Mac and for Windows are the same, which is one of the reasons why I had you guys install it. Again, so that way everyone's commands are exactly the same. Whether it's mine on Mac, you guys on Windows, someone else on Linux, whatever, it's all going to be the same commands now, which is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to give ourselves roughly 27 more minutes to work through this, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And however far or not far you got in it, there's really no worries. These are kind of just things that I want done before next week, Friday. So if we could finish it today, then great. If we finish it Wednesday, the next time that we meet up, it's fine too, whatever. But really, the goal is to make sure that we have all of this done and everyone's set up by next week, Friday. So there's actually really no rush. And everything that I have that I shared with you guys for the exercises that you guys will be walking through, you guys don't have you guys don't need anything that we're doing today with regards to this installation stuff. So that's perfect. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Matt, I see yours is still 5 more minutes. That's fine. Nice. Pico, I see yours. It loaded. Pico, is that a filter on your image? You're muted.
I don't know what it's doing, dude. I think it's just my camera.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a filter or something. Because it's
That's a
like,
pretty cool filter, if that's the
I was
case.
gonna say it's kind of cool.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's not broken to me. It's working. I see you. It just it looks like it's like a cool filter. While this is loading for all you guys, why are you guys Windows users, if I may ask? So I was a Windows user before. I worked at Amazon and they used Windows. So I was a Windows user. And then when I started coding, the school that I learned at, they actually made it mandatory that you use Mac. So then that's what made me change to Mac. and then I just really liked it versus using Windows, and so then I just stayed with it. And I've kind of went back and forth a little bit, but I always come back to using Mac. What makes you guys use Windows? Because everyone here is using Windows.
Oh, Macs were expensive for me, so I just chose Windows. So,
Fair,
and yeah, I grew up with Windows, so
fair.
Same here. Been Windows since I had a laptop.
I got you.
I'm kind of the opposite. I rock Macs, but I wanted to learn on Windows because I already know how to use Terminal, kind of, sort of, and
Hmm.
it's kind of already built in. We didn't have to download all of this stuff and whatever, but learning how to do it on Windows is pretty sick too. It's like, why not do both, right?
Yeah, 100%. Matt?
I've also been Windows my whole life.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I hope by the end of the course, maybe I might convince you guys, one or two of you guys to come to the Mac side. For my last class, I was able to a couple of them they switched. I'm not trying to convince you guys to. I personally like it. Kind of as Kiko even said, how like for example, the terminal's already set up. Like there's almost nothing that you have to do. It's just built out of the box, and I love that. Like with Windows, I think the cool thing is that yes, it's super like configurable. Like there's a lot of configuration that you can do to change different things and stuff like that. But I don't want that. I want it to just be done for me. And so that's one of the things I like about it. Yeah, I don't know. Different things for different people. I do have a Windows gaming laptop to mess around when I used to play games sometimes, but and I used it to kind of create this guide because when I was creating the guide, I wanted to make sure that for Windows users I could do it. So it ended up working out. Yeah, either or, it's the same thing ultimately. Cool. Let's see what is going on. Dang, Matt is still going. All right, cool. 3 minutes left. Almost there.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Um, Adrian, go ahead and restart your terminal. Restart the whole thing. So when you
Oh,
first install something with Brew or whatever, sometimes it just you just need to close it and reopen it. So now do Brew space dash V. Let's make sure that it's installed still. Okay, cool. So
oh,
then that's fine. Rerun this command. This
yeah.
install
I'll
homebrew
go for it.
command.
Oh, that's why. I pressed. There you go.
Nice. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. So let's see. Run these commands. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Yeah, do the brew space dash V. Okay, actually, let's do this. Copy these three and
Yeah.
paste them in. Yeah, paste them into there. Because actually, we do need to do that. I forgot.
Hold on.
Wait, make sure you get that quote right there. I think you missed that quote. Yeah, there you go.
Don't know why. This is giving me so much trouble.
Yeah, no.
Dude, please. Okay,
That's rough.
hold on. Uh,
Okay, let's
copy
go
bullets.
here. It might be easier. Open up VS Code The VS Code terminal might be better. So go ahead and yeah, click on the three dots, open up the terminal, new terminal, and then so if you notice, this looks different. So this is what I want to point out to you.
Yeah.
Whenever you see this is where you're gonna have to type in WSL to turn WSL on. So just type it in right here in the terminal. Click enter. Perfect. And so now you can see that it's different. And so the reason it's different now is because we're in Ubuntu and WSL. We're not in that anymore. And so now let's go ahead and do cd space tilde. And I want us to go back to the root directory. Make sure you put a cd change directory. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run the install homebrew command one more time in here just to make sure it works. And then from there, then we can do that command right after. So go ahead and do this one first. The bin/bash homebrew. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I see it's right there. Okay, cool. Nice, Matt. You could just follow those, Matt. Perfect.
I just do the other commands again.
Okay, let's see. So that all went through. Okay, so now that went through, we're gonna do this command now, Matt.
There you go.
Do that. Still not. And then also just to be safe, let's go ahead and close out that PowerShell and reopen another one, just to like start fresh.
This is the same thing.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm.
Hey, Leon.
Yes.
It's Kix. I'm at Z shell configuration function for new users. Is that where I copy and paste the long list?
Configuration for new users. Let me pull that up. It's code.
You're seeing this message because you have no ZHS start files. Wait, oh, did I download that?
Give me one sec. I'm just opening it up.
DSH.
Oh,
Let me share my screen real quick.
yeah. Okay, let's see.
So I closed it and reopened it after I installed the ZHS or ZSH.
So just go ahead and do type 1. Okay. Okay, type quit. Type Q. Or wait. Please pick one of the configure settings. Configure the new completion system. Do 0. We're gonna exit, creating a blank ZSHRC file. Okay, that's fine. Do okay. What was the command that you ran to get to this section?
It was CHSH. Oh no, sorry. I already installed ZSH. It was
The set ZSH as a default shell?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and rerun that again.
Command copy. What's that? What the hell?
And then Matt, I just sent you the next command while I'm sorry. So that way this stuff can load. If that I have the next command ready, provided that one does what I'm thinking it is. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now Matt,
Uh,
go ahead and run that, Matt. Then Kiko, for you, just go ahead and follow. You're gonna rerun that command, and it should have you like input a. Actually, it should set ZSH as your default shell, and then you can close it, close that Ubuntu terminal, and reopen it for it to like take effect, for it to whatever populate, I guess. For you, Matt. Okay, Matt, here's the next one. Go ahead and run that. Nice. Now we're going to run this command again. You ran it earlier, but now it should actually give us something. Let's see. Mhm. Okay, there you go, Matt. Basically, it's the same command with a D instead of an F. Okay, let's see. So then we're going to do this one. Nice. Okay, Matt, we're almost there. We're almost there. You're gonna do that, Matt. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. Do one for core. Okay, next command.
Leon?
Yes,
Yeah. So I'm trying to install this Ruby version, the
got you.
3.23, but it's showing build failed.
Let's change it to 3.3.4. So
3.2.
RVENV, yeah, do install. So actually, so just click the up arrow in your terminal. If you click the up arrow, it'll allow you to recycle the last commands that you ran, or it should.
Yeah.
Is it?
Uh
Okay, if it's not, we'll have to set that up later. Whatever. But change it to 3.3.4. And I'll update the guide to include that. Okay, cool. And Matt, I see yours is still running. That's fine. Here, I'm gonna update the guide. Here's
3.3.4 still had a build failed.
okay, let's see. Fuck this up.
Dang.
Here you go. Adrian, Adrian, go ahead and run these commands.
Okay. Is it on your screen or
I just sent you a message with it in Slack.
oh, okay. Okay.
Cool. Okay, cool. So that's all good.
Yeah. So do I try to
One more thing that you'll
install?
need. One more thing you'll need to run. I'm getting the right command for it right now.
Okay.
Then you should be good. Okay. You are going to run this. Cool. Okay, now you can run the brew and do the RBE and V install command. Install 3.3.4.
Okay.
Okay. This should work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it still failed. Let's see.
Do I run the installation again?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and now you should be able to run the WSL install command, and now
Okay.
it should work.
Okay.
It should. Okay, also, I did mention to you guys that we'll stop at 8, and we can continue this setup process. You guys want to meet up tomorrow, you guys can, but the next scheduled call that we'll have is on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Um, I'll be on for a little bit longer if you guys want to hang out, but I told you guys it'll be from 6 to 8 today, so I want to keep that. Few things that I quickly wanted to touch on before we really wrap it up or start wrapping it up is let's do this. Where's it at? So I'm going to share this link to it, but basically, my recommendation, and I'm not going to necessarily check, but my recommendation is that you guys kind of follow this day by day. It just gives you a pretty decent understanding of like kind of shaping our mind to think towards what we'll need to do when we're creating something, when we're coding something. Like what is a conditional, for example? So this is a condition of if else, whatever. Things like that. Like if this and that or whatever. So I'd recommend that you guys kind of go through this as you have time. They shouldn't take longer than an hour, maybe, honestly. So yeah, so as you have time, I'd recommend you guys go through this. And as I mentioned, I will share the link to that, but it also should be in general bookmarks. Yeah, so bookmarks, it's right there. There's the classwork for the pre-work. And I also will put it in here. Classwork slash homework or pre-work for you guys to take a look at. Other than that, I know we weren't all able to finish, and that's completely fine. Um, once again, I'll be on for a little bit longer if you guys want to hang out, but really wherever you guys are at, I think we made a lot of progress. And the goal is again by next week, Friday, technically, is the goal is for us to have this all done. And again, the really what we're trying to do here is make sure that everyone's computer is set up so that way we can all run the same stuff. We don't have to worry about any setup and all that kind of stuff. And so we're trying to get through all this kind of not fun stuff right now, so that way we can get to the fun stuff next week, for example. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions before I start letting you guys go? Before I let you guys go? All right,
No
cool.
questions.
Cool. Well, on that note, thank you guys for being here. You guys will receive like an email from me probably tomorrow to clarify some things. And other than that, or maybe a Slack message. Other than that, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited for this. Just stick through this part. Again, this is like the not fun setup part, but after this, we'll get into the actual coding and it'll be all worth it. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys. See you guys Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you.
Leon,
Yeah.
it said it corrupted again. I don't really know what's going on.
You're good, man. You're good. So I think maybe what we might do is maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, if you have time, we'll meet up and I want to take a look at some stuff on the computer. If we truly can't figure it out, um, two of the students from my previous class, we're just finishing up
Mm,
with the internship, and so two of them from my previous class are using two of my extra computers. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna let you use one of those. There's a Windows
okay.
laptop and a Mac. Completely up to you on which one you want
Okay.
to use because I don't know why it keeps giving us the same issue. We'll try to debug it a little bit more because I do want you to be able to do it on your own stuff. But ultimately, if we can't figure it out right now, I don't want us to waste too much time on that.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I'll shoot you a message between sometime in the next couple of days or so. We'll meet up and see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Yep. See you, man.
Okay. Bye.